Everybody, so I'm with my buddy Dan, Tall Dan. We are back over where I got all this scrap. Remember I got all those circles, the clock faces? They called and said they had more stuff. So I know he said, Dan, we could have this baker's rack.
Okay. They got it out for us.
And I think he said there's a bunch of stuff upstairs. He said these big
What these go to?
yeah, these big carts.
Ooh, awesome.
I don't know, this one's steel, that one's wood, but they must hold 1,000 pounds or more. All right, go upstairs, see if there's anything up here left. It's gonna get dark. Dan, he said any metal that's in the hallway, so like the clock parts and all this lamp.
What about these now?
Yeah, those are flag finials. He said we could have those. There's like one or two of brass. And he said all this stuff. This one right here is copper, and the rest are all steel.
Even these shoe things?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
And then I think there was something over here. I think I want to take this to the flea market. It's all like it's like a circle tile thing. He said there's a box of that, and then there's a couple boxes on the shelf. I'm trying to think what else we have. There were a couple antiques over here. He said I could have. I think there was this box and this guy. If you see anything you need, I'm sure we can ask them for it. I just like this as a tray. I think that's.
Oh, actually, that's good.
The grinder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine burned out.
I have 3 of them right now. I just got one. I just sold one, but I have 3 more. It's funny how they come when you. All right, let's see what else we get. So this is what we got up so far. I got the baker's rack. We're gonna scrap that. I mean, it would hold metal and stuff if I needed
This
it.
is scrap for heavies, right?
Something like that. And then we have the 2 carts. I'm gonna sell those. But we'll see what else we get. But the cool thing we found was all these are copper. So, I mean, it's got copper rivets with a steel edge. But this one, was it this one, Dan? Are both of these copper or just one?
Yeah, both.
Wow. That's why it pays to have a magnet.
Even though it's so tiny.
But so I guess we'll have to put the copper ones on later, and that way we can rip them off from the steel.
Hey Dave, it's not the size of it, it's how you use it.
Oh, you're talking about the magnet?
Yep.
I know you've had to say that a lot.
No.
Just but we're gonna load this up and we'll pull the copper ones out. I think there's 3 or 4 of them, so definitely doing pretty good with.
Nice.
We'll see. This one's just a little bit too long. Dan was right. There are 5 copper ones, so I didn't think this one was copper. So we're just putting on the steel right now, and we'll take apart the copper before we go to the scrapyard. We just got this cast iron. It must have been like a feed trough or a water trough. Definitely very cool. got a name here, bandsaw. But let me see where it would mount to the side of the barn. This is the stove. I have the door over there. It has these nice porcelain feet that go over that. Cast iron top. Definitely has some weight. See, there's the doors and stuff for it with the brass handles. We also got
I don't know if we're going out the line.
got this typewriter. Dan, you want this by any chance? It's pretty cool. Do you think you can sell it?
Yeah.
All right, you can have that. It's a neat glass 1940s lamp. And he threw in this neat insulator. But I got this is my favorite thing here. It's for a trolley. It's the switch. So you pull, I guess it has to be pulled that way, and it will switch the lines that the trolley goes onto. Very, very, very different. It's nice. Let's see if it actually works. Pretty sure it does. Pulling the rope. I can't get it to go, but I think I can sell that just because it's trolley related. I'll be the only one at the market that has one. And I have a little collection of these. It's a anvil that was made out of a railroad tie. I got probably 4 or 5 of them, and I got a bunch of railroad ties, but so doing pretty good. Get you a ton of scrap, but I mean, it was interesting stuff, right?
Yes, for sure.
Just threw that in. Got one cool rock poster I'm gonna go pick up right now and put that on top. But we have all the copper here. We're gonna go separate that, bring this to the scrap yard, and see how we do today. So this was the poster that said we could have. It's got Lennon. It's got a big rip in the middle, but it's still nice. 1971. Definitely cool.
We might get more scrap.
All right, awesome. And we're starting to get weight on here. It gave us this old broken lathe. It's, I don't know, definitely like heavy metal. How much do you think that weighed, this lathe?
300.
Something like that, right? It was heavy. I did grab my box, and I got this mirror, but look how nice the little lock is on the mirror. So I'll try selling that, but I can't seem to get money for these Victorian mirrors anymore. But I think we're done, right? We just got to throw on that poster. All right, next stop we'll be taking apart the copper. See, but Dan's cutting all the rivets out. I'm not going to film too much of it because it definitely makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But it is working pretty good because look at all the copper we have put aside right now. So we'll see how we do. I guess on this pile of copper, it's going to definitely fill up this trash can. Dan, what's your guess? 35 pounds. I'm guessing $60 worth. Definitely worth the, I guess, hour of combined work that we used for.
We're talking money wise, I said 70.
Huh?
I said 70 to 80.
70 to 80? All right, I'm going 60. So
Well, is that number 1 or number 2?
it's sheet, I think. Unless you think we can get number 1 or number 2 at a different yard.
I don't know.
I believe they'll call it sheet copper. But that's my guess, is 60 bucks. Definitely a good amount of it.
I don't know what the sheet.
I don't know. We'll see if I'm right, see if Dan's right. I'll show you guys this. We're going through this bucket of bolts. Look at all these nice copper screws that I just found. Or brass, I mean brass screws, but there's still a lot of them. I bet this whole bottom part is all brass screws. So, kind of have to go through that. I was going to just let it go. It's feeling like there's a couple hundred of these brass screws at the bottom of this. There's way more brass in here than I ever thought. Can you believe there was this much brass? Yeah, but I didn't think there was. These are like big brass screws.
This might eat up a lot of our time.
Alright, well let's get over to the scrapyard.
The whole bottom.
So, we're dropping off our heavy metal. We'll see how we do.
Yeah, it did have me back up for a bunch of crap.
All right. So I know I showed this guy's truck before, but he has way more stuff in the back of his truck than I do. Like I have at least a lot of copper. He's got like piles and piles of rust. Very impressive. Hey Dan, how much do you think is in the back of his truck, like weight-wise?
500-600 pounds.
Nah, I would say 1,000 pounds. He's driving around with 1,000 pounds because it's all rust.
Yeah, look at the bottom of it.
It's impressive. All right, well we got the copper left. We'll see how we do. I think there's about 45, 50 pounds of copper, when you say? And we had all that. They gave us heavy for the other stuff, so we'll see how we do. Definitely a lot of stuff in the back of his truck. Makes me feel good about mine, even though mine's bad. Well, it says it's 50 pounds, man, but it's 50 pounds with the can, so I'm guessing 40 pounds. Oh man, we just went up to 200 and... No, just...
Okay.
So it tared at 8. Oh wait, here. I guess it doesn't matter. Here, if I pull that out, it goes to 7. No, it doesn't. Shit. So Dan's saying we did pretty good. We're gonna find out. You can see how they're playing the big claw machine today. Hey Dan, can I see the receipt? Let's see. We got, oh man, we did pretty good. I see a $100 bill. It's saying...
Oh, I thought I dropped money.
On the copper, we got 77, so Dan won that. And on the metal, we got 66. So that's pretty good. And we still got all the cool things on here. We got that metal trough, we got the great refrigerator movers. So got this guy here, still didn't scrap him, and I took off a few things at the house. So I don't know. Dan, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We definitely made some cash, so life's good. All right, see everybody later. Oh, Dan got a little scratch right there. At least it's something to remember us by. All right, see everybody later.
All right, bye.
Peace.